In this video, we will demonstrate the basic navigation and interface of AGi32. When you open AGi32, you are presented with the Model Mode screen. This is where all of your model creation and manipulation will take place. AGi32 is CAD-like in that the model environment uses a Cartesian coordinate system with an almost unlimited zoom capability. This means that you can work on anything from a small office to an entire city block. AGi32's coordinate display is shown in the lower left corner of the screen. The cursor moves in increments of the cursor snap as set at the base of the screen. Units can be feet, feet and inches, or decimal meters. AGi32's command line is also in the lower left corner of the screen. This line prompts you for the required input at each step of the command currently in process. If you are ever lost when executing a command in AGi32, look at the command line. Moving clockwise around the screen, we see the menu bar at the top. Most of the commands available from the menu bar are redundant for the commands available elsewhere on the screen. It can be handy to open the menus to see an icon that you will recognize when seen elsewhere. The main toolbar below the menu bar contains buttons for many of the program's file operations, such as open, save and import, the undo and redo functions, the many view operations such as zoom and pan, as well as preset views such as plan view, previous, elevation, and isometric options. AGi32 can operate with several views, either tiled or full screen. This is done using the View Manager. Completing the main toolbar are measuring tools, entity identification tool, and the button for system settings. Below the main toolbar are three tabs. These are the mode tabs, and they control the movement between the model mode, render mode, and page builder mode of the software. Moving from one mode to another is as easy as a click on the tab. Moving to the right, you will see a series of large buttons. These are prominent features of the software, such as the zonal cavity and roadway optimizer design tools, daylight calculation settings, the post-radiosity process ray trace settings, the calculate button and options menu, and project management functions. On the right side of the screen are the toolkits. Commands relative to the various entity types are contained in each respective toolkit. The current toolkit will be in bold text just above the button commands. To change from one toolkit to another, simply click the desired toolkit name. Toolkits are available for rooms and objects, calculations, drawing entities and schedules, and finally luminaires. Toolkits can be turned on and off using the toggle at the bottom of the screen. They can also be docked on either side of the screen or be floating. Toolkits can be used in a shutter style if desired, where the opening and closing of the toolkit is controlled by a click. All toolkits can be opened in this style if desired. Controlling the various visibility options of the toolkits can be done from the right-click menu when clicking on the toolkit title bar. Completing our clockwise tour of the Model Mode screen, we find the status bar at the bottom right portion of the screen. From left to right are the toggle switches for the toolkits and statistical summary windows, the Units button, the Snap On/Off button, and Transparent Setting window, which allows you to place your cursor in the cell in the middle of a command and change the setting at any time. To the right is the Ortho button. This button constrains the cursor movement into orthogonal directions. To the right of the Ortho button is the Snap To button. This button enables the cursor to snap to certain drawing or object room entity types. To get a final look at the model mode and illustrate some of the navigation features, we will open the sample file burgerworld2.agi. This file contains two model mode views. We can move between views by simply clicking the left mouse button while the cursor is in that view. The mouse wheel is enabled to provide zoom in and out capability and pan capability when depressed. Orbit can also be achieved by holding down the Shift key while pressing and holding the mouse wheel. Views can be made full size by clicking the Maximize window icon. When a view is maximized, you can toggle between the views using the Control-Tab keystroke sequence. All selection mouse clicks in AGi32 are performed with the left mouse button. The right mouse button is used to terminate a command or start the last used command again. Once calculations are performed, statistics are shown in the window in the lower right corner of the screen. Let's move to render mode and explore the differences in the menus and commands available in this environment. Beginning in the upper left with the menu bar, only the commands that function in render mode are available. As in model mode, they are generally redundant for buttons available elsewhere in the render mode interface. Just below the menu bar is the main button toolbar for render mode. Aside from several commands common with model mode, the primary function of the buttons here will be navigation. Render mode provides a series of set views, both orthogonal and isometric. The true power of radiosity-based rendering is revealed through the use of the interactive navigation tools. These functions provide the ability to move about the rendered environment in real time. The most frequently used are the orbit and walk capabilities. At the right end of the toolbar are buttons for the View Manager, System Settings, and other view-specific adjustments. AGi32's render mode contains a single toolkit docked by factory default on the right side of the screen. Its location is adjustable, similar to the toolkits in model mode. The primary functions of the View toolkit in render mode is access to AGi32's animation tools. To record an animation in AGi32, a series of viewpoints can be set to describe the animation path. From there, AGi32 does all the work. In the bottom right corner of the screen, like model mode, you will find the status bar for render mode. This area contains toggle buttons for a number of useful features: textures, wireframe mesh overlay, model overlay, pseudo color, and finally, anti-aliasing to smooth pixel effects from single scene views. Exploring AGi32's Page Builder mode, we see a similar yet slightly different screen layout. Page Builder is a page layout tool for your output and is designed to work in media units of inches or millimeters. In the lower left corner, we again have coordinate values similar to model mode, but now relative to the paper size we are working with. Each page in a Page Builder report has an icon. The master page contains all entities that are common to every page, such as your logo and title block. The various pieces of output generated by AGi32, such as point-by-point information, renderings, schedules, and statistics, can all be placed on pages as you like. You can save your page designs and reports of your own to be used repeatedly. There are also factory sample reports available to be modified and used if you like. The menu bar is similar to other modes in that it contains only commands specific to or that function within Page Builder. The Page Builder toolbar contains mostly basics with a few view command buttons. Design tools are also available if they are accessible within Page Builder. Page Builder has two toolkits: the Drawing and Schedules toolkit and the Page Builder toolkit. The Page Builder toolkit contains most commands relative to page construction. The familiar status bar remains in Page Builder with functions relative to tasks that can be done in this environment. This concludes our tour of the AGi32 interface. To learn more about AGi32, please watch additional videos in our Getting Started series. Thanks for watching.